Yo, 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 I'm Matthias Carter, and you have now tuned into the Carter Effect Podcast. Hey, look, I got some very dope motherfuckers with me today. I got the man, yo, he's coming from behind, he's usually behind the camera, but he's on the podcast today. I got Justin Famous in the fucking building, and then I got the one and only. This is blood, this is my family,
What's
man.
up, y'all?
I got Quovadis Gates in the motherfucking building, man. So look, this show is not sponsored by Casamigos, but this is what the fuck we drinking. So.
Yeah.
And I've had a few drinks, a sip or two before we started this shit. So Justin,
Hey, look, I don't drink, man.
come on, man.
I can't do it.
Simeon don't drink, and he took a
Simeon don't drink often or at all like that.
I
done seen Simeon. You know what I'm saying? What they call that? Driving the boat.
Yeah.
I done seen him drive some
You
boats
really don't
before.
drink.
I really
he
don't drink. I don't
Damn.
drink.
But like, bro, I know your body's a temple. It's
Right
not
here,
gonna...
the body. It ain't even. I just don't do it, bro. But look, we gonna pour it up. I'll hold it, bro. I done took so many pictures pretending like I was drinking.
See, that's
You know what I'm saying? I
it's-
be
You
at
ain't
the
gonna
club.
do it
I be-
today.
You
I be
losing
stunned.
it's losing its authenticity. You know what I
Damn.
mean?
I'll drink a little bit for you.
Matter of fact, yeah, fill his cup up some more,
You know what?
man.
Come on.
Come on, you gotta
All
double
right.
up. Actually, that's already what. That's because you
It's-
take. Okay,
It's
Yeah, yeah,
ginger
yeah.
ale.
I was gonna say I
It's
thought
ginger
that was
ale.
the whole thing. I was saying
Nah. Motherfuckers
you
got
beat
shit
me
to do
to
after
it.
this.
That might
Motherfuckers
take
got
you
real
out.
life.
Real shit. Hey, how y'all feeling though, man?
All good. I mean, for me, things are good. Corona is kind of fucking things up, but you just adjust your life. You know, I adjusted my life. It feels good to actually be at home. It feels good to be around my people.
Yeah.
You know, you make home fun. I didn't had the backyard theater theme already. You feel me? And then I got a kid, so
Yeah.
being around a kid feels good to me. Raising this kid, and it makes me make sure I get my shit together at home because I'm always around him. So I got to make sure I don't give him like
Absolutely.
bad habits and stuff, and just pick up the good stuff from me. So I'm happy about it.
Absolutely. How you
That's
feel,
what,
bro?
I'm feeling good, man. You know, I woke up like look. Today was actually a little weird because
You've been real intense this
I-
whole fucking day.
it ain't
bro.
even. I just got a lot of energy, bro. Because we woke up at. We usually get up at 5 a.m. I get up, I make a smoothie, like a little pre-workout, then we go exercise. But last week, for some reason, we couldn't work out Friday, so we like kind of pushed our. We got up at like 5:45, so we pushed our alarm back. I forgot to put it back. So I'm waking up to like the random 5:30 alarm we got on our Google Home, and I'm just confused. I'm like, wait, why am I not already up? So I woke up late. I'm dang, all right, we gotta hurry up. I'm like, that's not gonna ruin my day though.
Wait,
I'm
what
still
time do
fit.
you go to sleep?
Typically about 11, 10, 11
Getting up
o'clock.
at 5, that's wild. What time do you go to sleep?
Now I usually get at the latest we be in the bed at about 11:30. We got like a nighttime routine that gets started at about 9:30. Our lights go down and turn red, so that way we can start getting sleepy. And then but we rest on Sundays too. So
So hold on, the
sleep
red
in
light
all
make
the
you
time.
sleepy?
Red light, yeah. Blue light keep you up. It's like the sunlight, but red light that's like the sunset. So it gets your body your
Never
circadian
heard
rhythm.
that.
Yeah, this
gets
some
it
deep
prepped.
shit, boy.
Yeah.
This some deep shit. You put
Yeah.
me on.
Yeah, we got the ocean sounds in the background while
Oh,
we
yeah,
sleep
yeah,
too. We
yeah,
be
yeah.
getting some good
Okay.
sleep. We get about
That's nice.
I get a good 6 hours every night.
That's nice.
And get up at 5 and you know what I'm saying?
I
If
feel like your life is like a movie. Like, you know, how, like
This nigga's on a spiritual journey. I swear to God. This is intense, but
yeah.
I'm feeling it. I think too. I think just hearing stuff like this, like just
Yeah.
from man to man, as we grow, we're supposed to get better.
Fact.
And that
Absolutely.
sounds like, I'm getting better. I'm one with myself. Stuff like that I respect when somebody has some sort of discipline.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
easy to respect discipline, and it's hard to notice when someone doesn't have discipline.
Nah,
Facts.
big facts. Yeah, but I decided I wasn't gonna let that get to me. Then we got down to the gym. We usually get up that early so we can be the only ones in the gym, but we got down that late. Of course, somebody in the gym playing around with some weights. Because they randomly pop in and out. Ain't nobody trying to do the morning consistently. But I'm like, I ain't gonna let that get to me. And then we came upstairs, had breakfast, forgot to get some spelt flour to make the pancakes.
So that's the reason why you've been intense like all day. Like I felt like even when you was texting me this morning, I felt the energy through the phone. Like, man, bro, really? You know what I mean?
Hey, but it might be that, but I still feel at peace. Like I still feel good though. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like I honestly just like joking and like playing around and like messing. You know, because you be getting me. I usually don't get God.
Yeah,
but you
I definitely be pissing you off.
He the only
the
person
time.
that can get me. Like,
all the time.
I don't know how
Knock
he got
you off your square.
Yeah, because
Need
I
somebody like
Hey,
that.
this is what I'm
Keep it
here for. This
interesting.
is, you know what I mean? This is why we
balance.
cool.
That's
You know
why
what I
we
mean?
cool.
go.
That's why this
It's
my
a balance.
man.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
All right, so I kind of like seen this whole Kanye rant. I called it a little late. You know, half the tweets got deleted, but one of the tweets that I seen, he was talking about the contract that he was in, on really just in a fucked up contract. But I looked at it like, yo, how that relates to like life and relationships, like even on from a general level to romantic level. Like how many times do we get into shit and we really don't fucking know what we getting into, but because it looked good to us, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
In the moment or whatever, it looked good, it's appealing to us. Like, yo, we really don't know how fucked up it is. Like, how y'all feel about like getting into like, I guess like the question to be like, yo, getting into relationships where it looked good, but then when you get it, it'd be like, I know we all been there.
surface.
Like,
Yeah.
this shit.
I think men, we fall into those situations a lot because we choose women for like dumb reasons a lot of times. You know, like if that body looking good, that's mad.
Yeah.
That's a dumb reason to choose a woman. If everybody look like, it was a song.
It's not a
it was
dumb reason.
Nah,
It's-
hold on. Let me finish my point.
that body looking wrong.
Yeah. No. I think
Yeah.
it's a couple things, right?
Yeah.
I remember it used to be a song. If they ain't looking, I don't want her. I ain't never really understand that shit. For me. Let me just tell you why. Let me tell you why for me. Right? Like, yeah, your body gotta look some sort of good. But if your priority is your body and I mess around and slip up and throw a kid in you, then what you teach my kid is our priorities are this superficial shit. You feel me? I think in terms of a relationship, when you picking somebody to be real with, not when you picking somebody to like, if your body look good, you know, Saturday, what's up? But if your body looking good 7 days a week, no. Not for me, personally, not for me. Because I need somebody who mentally they in the game. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think you show mentally you in the game other ways than always having your titties welcoming the public. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times in terms of bodies, like all of us are men and I don't think none of us are virgins. When them clothes are off, those bodies be looking different. You feel me? Like when you stuff it inside of something and it look good stuffed inside of something. Hold on, not seriously though. Seriously though. And I think it's the same for dudes too. Sometimes we take off our shirt and the girls probably be like, "What the fuck?" So I gotta get them. They stuff too. But I think in terms of just being like, I'm almost 30 now, so like my thinking about things are a bit different. You know, you asked me this conversation 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I want that body. You feel me? You asked me this conversation now. I can pass on that body because I know what comes along with that body, right?
Yeah.
I know. I don't think you can look at somebody and tell what their priorities are, but that's why we're not talking about like one night stands and we ain't talking about somebody who we just want to chill with. When we talking about somebody who we in a contract with, like in a real relationship with, I think for me, it's past that body thing. What's that conversation like? Right. You know what I mean? Because I tell women, whenever I'm just talking to girls in general, and I'm like, don't be worried about who your guy fucking. Worry about who he talking to. Because you build relationships through conversation.
That's
you
the
don't
motherfucking
build,
gym.
You don't build
Say
relationships.
that one more time, cuz.
Don't worry about it. I'm telling you. I've always said this for years. For years I've said this. Don't worry about who he's messing around with. Worry about who he's talking to. That's how you build your relationships.
Yeah.
And then even when anybody who's been in a serious relationship, you talk more than you lay down with a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Even sleeping.
Unless you're a rabbit. You know
but even
right.
with that, the rabbit thing lasts like the first year or two in a relationship. After that, like, man, we need milk. You know what I mean? We got to talk about real stuff. We got to talk about real stuff, and we got to talk about how I might not fuck with your mama. You might not like my mom. We got to hold these conversations, or if we slip up, and again, and my thing, the biggest the biggest line that you cross with a person is having a kid with them. If your body is your priority and this is all you know how to take care of, then when I slip up and leave this kid inside of you, I know what you're teaching that kid. And that's not for me. I need you to be smart, and I need you to know that if we got this kid, I need to know that if I slip up, then I know my kid gonna be in good hands.
I think to really expand that is that you get into these bad situations because you only focusing on the immediate. Like, what am I going to be satisfied by right now? Like Kanye, okay, how much is this advance right now?
Right.
Like, how much is this bonus signing on right now? Like, okay, what can she do for me right now? What is getting this nut off going to make me? How is it going to make me feel right now? But you're not really thinking, what is the long-term cost?
Yeah.
Or what are the long-term benefits? Like, what can I get with being with you for a long period of time, and how can I weigh that against the immediate? It's not that often that we really understand delayed gratification, and it's so important. Like, before, we was talking about like discipline, like that delayed gratification will save you from a lot of bad relationships.
But I really feel like people don't want to put in the work to get, because like, like, I done seen you in the gym. I remember, nigga, when you was like,
yeah.
Damn, cuz, where this shit come from? Like, but like, it was hours of putting that work in, like
every day,
you know what I mean? Every day, nonstop. So
Eating right.
And I ain't gonna even lie, like, and I speak on the personal side, like, I fucked up. I'm wanting something the immediate, and not realizing like, yo, I got something right here that if I keep putting this work in, 5 years, 10 years later, I'm good. You know what I mean? And like, I'm getting caught up in, again, like most men, like they just want to bust a nut. And I'm close to 30 now.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm really looking at, after having my daughter, I'm really looking at shit like, yo, everything ain't about busting a nut, bro. Like,
nah.
You know what I mean?
It get past
that
this be
shit,
the thing.
bro.
This be the thing.
Yeah.
The nut be you be excited before you get the nut, right? You be excited leading up to the nut.
That
You be
post-
excited thinking about the nut.
Yeah.
And then after that nut,
Post-nut consciousness.
why the fuck are you laying here, bitch?
Gee.
Like, beat it, bitch. You feel me?
Yo,
Post-nut
gotta
consciousness
think
is a real
about
that.
thing.
Yo,
It's a real thing.
Yo, I feel like you have the most clarity after you bust a nut.
Boy.
Like, everything
Boy.
makes sense. Like,
Everything. Did I just make a mistake?
Yo,
Yes.
real
If you
shit.
thinking that, you did.
Real
You
shit.
Hey, that's all
did.
you need to do
I-
your
hey,
taxes.
telling you.
Yo, I
Post-nut.
done been in this motherfucker like, yo, I'm bugging. Like, why just do that? And like knowing like, yo, I just fucked up. Like, oh
Yeah, I just
shit.
fucked up.
You know what I
But
mean?
beforehand, you weren't thinking like that.
Nah.
I think we all, as men, like, we gotta always realize when we thinking with our dicks and when we thinking with our heads, whatever you need to do in order to put yourself in that space to be like, is this a mind thing or is this a dick thing? You always got to think about that, because even when I'm buying, even for me now, like I got my life serious once I had my kid 2 years. My son's 2, he about to be 3.
Oh, that's
Like 3 years ago is when I was like, oh, should be serious, for real. And for me, it happened because I grew up without a father. Like I didn't have a father, so I ain't had nobody to kind of show me the ropes. Yeah. So I'm probably one of them parents who I be trying to overdo it. You feel me? Like I want my kid. I'm dead serious. Like life insurance.
Yeah.
Savings accounts for him tucked off because I don't want to mess up as a parent. And when I think about trying to be the best for my son, that's what I try to think about when I make a lot of decisions nowadays. Like when I see some girl to be bad, I'm like, is that best for? I don't think it's that best for my son, but I think, is this gonna put me in a circumstance where I would be a disappointment to my son? You know what I mean? Like, since having my kid, for me, and everybody feels differently about a kid, but since having my kid, what I think about is, I always think I don't want to disappoint him.
Yeah.
That's what I always think.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, even having a past where, a lot of women, and I can go to different cities and there's women there that I'm down with and I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do. Those experiences were fun, right? And those experiences can't continue to be fun. You could be 40, you could be 50, and that shit can be fun. But then you think about down the road, the time. I'm spending a lot of time with a lot of different people. Even if I'm giving 20 minutes a piece to 5 motherfuckers, it's gonna take me 20 minutes to drive to you, and then I gotta sit with you and pretend that I want to be here for 20 minutes, and then I gotta try to explain to you why I need to leave. You know what I mean? It's just a crazy scenario in my opinion. Yeah.
You ain't lying.
And then even with that, past the 20 minutes, like we go through those 20-minute stages, and then we go through those stages where now you and I cool, and now I also got to take you out to dinners and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, dinners are cool.
You spend a lot of money as a single motherfucker, bro.
Time.
You spend money, bro.
Effort. Like, it's so many things,
hate to see
right?
it.
Bro.
Yeah, it's so many things.
Bro, real shit.
It's so many things that just comes with that game. And I feel like as a man, if you don't have some things like in order already,
Yeah.
running this race of I want to keep all of these people happy because keeping them happy makes me feel like I'm happy.
Yeah.
That shit can lead you to being like, when I look at it, sometimes I'll be looking at the guys that's like 45, 50, and they living the life that they want to live, and I'm cool with that, but they not living the life that I want to live. I look at those guys who's living the life that I want to live, and I think, like, what was he doing when he was 29, 28? What was he doing when he was 30, 32?
Yeah.
This nigga was already married. Oh, it must be something about that. You know what I mean? He was already, like, in a serious job, or he was already an entrepreneur. It must be something about that. You know what I mean? Like, knowing that things don't happen overnight and knowing that things take time and they need to marinate, I need to look at what was this person doing at that time to plant certain seeds. And then when it marinated, we all want to be what it marinate to.
Facts.
But we don't want to go through what it takes
sucks.
to go through. Right. Right. That process sucks.
All right, so like, what are signs that you feel like people miss before getting into bad situations? Because going back to the top, what we talking about, the whole Kanye, like, he didn't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't know, like, when signing that contract, that he wasn't gonna ever be able to retire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, so like, what are signs that you feel like people miss before getting into bad relationships?
Man, before I even get into it, bro, you good? You got some beads?
Yo,
dripping.
I'm
like,
my,
can we
my
get some
nigga.
You good?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you straight?
good. I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
toast,
Because I'm
bro.
like, man,
you already know. I cut the L for
Yeah.
this bitch.
we're gonna have to start getting some foundation for you.
Well, as hell. I ain't putting on no fucking foundation.
What? Come on, this is a production, baby.
It is, but I ain't doing that.
No, but I think some of the signs, one, is even before you get to signs, it's what you looking at to get into that relationship. You focusing too much, like I said before, on what it can do for you right now. And the signs that will make you miss are, one, is this person being fully upfront with you? Because there's a lot of times where they'll dangle the prize in front of you. Hey, look at this little piece. Like, hey, look at this. This is $150,000 cash advance, cash right now. You can have right now, and it's like, oh man. But you so focused on that 150,000, you're not thinking advance means you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
Right. So you miss the fact that this person isn't being completely honest with you. Yeah. This person is probably hiding something from you. And because you're so excited to get what you think you've been wanting for so long, you don't even want to ask the questions that might help you see maybe this isn't everything. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is fool's gold. So I think a big issue is people don't ask enough questions. They definitely don't ask enough to see what do you mean when you say you don't like ginger ale. You know what I'm saying? Like what could that potentially lead to? You know what I'm saying? What you mean you don't drink? Why?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like like those are early, especially when people aren't completely open and honest about wanting to even answer these questions. If somebody constantly telling you, I'd rather talk about that later. Or you know what, let's not get into that right now. Let's just keep it. Anytime somebody keep putting off a conversation, that you need to have, that's a huge sign.
Red flag.
One of the things speaking of red flags, I was gonna say, pay attention to red flags.
Man.
Like, honestly, like I've dealt with different chicks on some, like, I done had the dope ass bartender who looked good. You know what I mean? Then you get to conversating, or you get the walk,
Or
and the shit-
conversing.
Right, conversing.
One of those two.
You know what I mean? And the WAP ain't even a WAP. That shit drives the motherfucker. You look good for Instagram. Your shit is wild friction.
How
You know
is
what I
that?
mean? So
What's
it's
the
like-
red flag though?
So like, yo, but
Like, was her
listen.
skin dry?
Nah, the red flag is going back to like you saying, like a lot of niggas don't pay attention to. It's the motherfucker who stimulates your mind
Yeah.
that you can really grow with. Even if it don't build a romantic relationship,
Yeah.
like somebody that you can like. I love being able to talk to different women and like the homies be like, man, like I like the way you think. Like I fuck with you, cause I like the way you think. Like you be thinking on some different shit. Like just I know you a vegan, so you think different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't even season your food. You know what I mean?
Lies. Hey, first off, let's put on a record.
Damn.
Seasoning is vegan, by the way.
Okay,
When you
okay.
season, you use an onion, paprika,
Okay.
garlic,
Yeah.
You ain't
Parsley.
saw that meat season?
meat seasoning.
What you call Lowry's?
Lowry again. Paprika, turmeric,
I'm bullshit.
onion, garlic,
I'm
salt.
bullshit.
But yeah, I
But
think
go
that's
ahead.
I think that's one of the things though. Like we don't pay attention to the red flags. Like
Yeah.
when it's in our face, we be so caught up in what this look like or being able to say like pulling up to us like we all men here. We all like the feeling of pulling up to a spot and we know what's on our arm is killing everything in this motherfucker.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, it's a confidence boost, but also like you said though, like it's a lot that come with that shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I feel like yo, look for women like dress how you feel. That's cool. I'm with all that shit. But a lot of times when it almost seems like some women make themselves so public. You know what I mean? Like it's always you know, everybody looking at you.
Yeah.
That shit
No.
as a man, you be like, all right, G, like
For me, you can't even get my attention if everybody looking. I'm looking at the person who the camera's not pointing in a direction.
Facts.
And because first of all, if everybody looking, this is a production, right? This is a production. You produced this. You knew you was gonna wear what you was gonna wear. You was gonna be as loud as you need to be, and you was gonna sit where you need to sit in order to get the attention. I need that girl who produced something different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know when you with me, certain attention don't come. I think relationships are solid when they are between you and the person, right? When your relationship is between you, the person, Instagram, Facebook, your grandma and them, like this relationship ain't gonna be that solid. Because if grandma and them don't like something that I did, then grandma and them gonna bring it to you. And I'm the type of person who I don't give a fuck what grandma and them said. I'm gonna be me, and grandma gonna have to be cool with me being me. And if you want me, you're gonna have to be cool with whatever grandma say about me being me, because I'm gonna be me. But grandma ain't need to know what the fuck I did, because shut the fuck up.
That just
Like
made me think.
when you take what's supposed to be in our household out on the other side of this door, now grandma know.
That
You
just
feel
made
me?
me think about a red flag too that you can really spot early on in any type of relationship, and that's somebody that don't know how to keep certain things private.
Come on,
like if
man.
somebody is constantly telling you about other people's business, if your
I don't
girl or
tolerate
this
that
friend,
shit.
if they constantly telling you about everything that come out their mouth is about what so and so did, my cousin did this, they did that, and they never sharing their business with you. If all she got to talk about,
But not
is
just
something
that. But not just that. You telling
know
me
it ain't
about
right.
what everybody else doing, but everything you say about them is some negative shit.
It's negative.
Shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. For me,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being in a relationship with somebody like that.
Yeah.
Like, everything you have to say about any person living is something negative. No, tell me about the good shit that's going on in your people's life.
Yeah,
Like, you
balance,
can tell
baby.
me about your people's life, but I don't want to hear the bad shit. Like, I don't want to hear that. Now, bad shit don't mean like so-and-so got sick. If so-and-so got sick, yeah, let's talk about it and let's pray for them and hope that they do better.
Yeah.
But don't tell me so-and-so lost their job. So? What the fuck? Like, what are we talking about? Tell me about so-and-so's promotion, or so-and-so bought a crib, or so-and-so bought a house. You know what I mean?
I feel like it is a balance because I feel you, because like when I say like that shit do be like, all right, like every time is always something, but like I get it. Like sometimes like I think it's healthy to talk about shit, but like when, like you said, when it's everything is always negative, anytime, because then I'm looking at whoever you talking about different. Now, like,
Hold on,
Yeah,
before you
and
can
I
get
don't
there,
need to.
I don't need to.
Oh.
what are you gonna say when somebody asks you about me? if you
The negative
always
shit.
bringing
Right,
me
'cause you the negative
everybody
shit
business
person.
and it's
Yeah.
negative, why am I? I'm not telling you nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you
No.
anybody that like my wife, any friend of hers or anybody that's kind of like near her circle that every time she hung out with them, she come back and she got tea. You know what I'm saying? For the fellas out there, that's ladies called gossip now.
Yeah,
It's tea.
I get what you
we
mean.
know. All right,
Nigga,
you know, it might
niggas
be
spill
somebody-
tea too, bro.
Niggas be out here spilling.
Niggas
done
wild
told me.
spilling, yo.
Boy,
Like
that's
like,
be wild. That'd be wild,
So,
man.
but every time it's like, oh, what y'all talk about? Oh man, I got some new tea. I got some. Baby, don't tell her nothing. Anytime
No.
we ain't good or we,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
rocky or something, don't tell
No.
her nothing because she always. Every time y'all talk, she always got tea, and you never come back.
But
with
even
hers.
even with that, I tell my lady, like, look at this. Don't be running around telling your people stuff too, because guess what? You tell them something, you can probably forgive me. Your
Facts.
mama not gonna fucking forgive me.
never.
So unless you plan on leaving me alone, keep your mama out of our business up until we resolve whatever the fuck we going through.
Yep.
Because it may not be as big of a deal to us,
Yeah.
but it's a huge fucking deal to your mom.
yeah.
You feel me?
And you can tell
Absolutely.
that she'll be somebody that's receptive to that if she not constantly going around telling you everybody business.
You know what?
Absolutely.
And I say this,
Absolutely.
like, I feel like even with the mother of my child, you know what I mean? Like, it's been things that happened between me and her. Like, I never told, like, I got, my twin brother. I ain't even told my brother, like,
Yeah.
that ain't got shit to do with you, bro.
No.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I respect her enough to know, like, yo, I can't, like you said, like, your mama won't forgive me. Like,
No.
if I tell my family some shit, like, motherfuckers looking to, man, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
Real shit.
And because I know how I am. Like my brother.
Yeah, and I'm the same way.
My brother, he dealt with this girl for a while and he was in love with the girl, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he be coming telling me, like him and I talk every day. So I used to tell him, like, dog, stop talking to me about her because you like her too much. I don't like her that much, right? So when you tell me one thing, nah, seriously though, it's just being honest.
That's real.
I don't like her as much as you like her.
Yeah.
So when you tell me one thing negative about her, my automatic, I go into defense for you. I want to protect you.
Yeah.
I don't care about her. So when you tell me something good about her, I'm like, but remember you told me.
Yeah.
So don't tell me nothing about her unless you tell me the good things about her. Or unless you got a little scenario that y'all can kind of work through that ain't crazy detrimental. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Detrimental stuff be like, non-detrimental stuff be like, we didn't agree on a couple things.
Yeah.
Detrimental stuff be like, I feel like he disrespected me.
Let me know you need to vent, bro. Just say I need to vent.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, give me that preface.
And you feel that way, but I feel like don't vent to me.
Oh, you just don't want it.
If you
Yeah.
if you
Know
real
yourself.
close
You got-
to me,
yeah, I
if you
feel-
real
I'm
close
cool with
to
the
me,
vent sometimes. I'm cool with
Yeah.
the vent.
not
but-
for me. Because if you real close to me, I go into automatic defense. Like, okay,
Yeah.
when I catch this,
Yeah.
On the mistake. Oh, my bad. I didn't even see you there.
You hear me?
Girl,
I'm
get
telling
up.
you.
You
Yeah.
mean I
I'm
got some
telling
tissue.
you.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
look.
All right, so when do you feel like it's time to invest in a relationship? Because we talked about like the bad signs and all that shit. Like, when do you feel like?
Oh,
all
even
this-
the bad signs. My thing with the bad signs is our first couple conversations, if they aren't conversations that I left and thought about again, red flag for me.
Mm.
It can be cool. We can vibe. We can
That's
vibe.
important.
We can. For me,
That's
if I ain't
important.
thought about like, damn, that conversation was kind of challenging, or that conversation was pretty good, or I thought about something serious in life through that conversation.
Yeah,
Then for me, that's kind of like, this ain't gonna work.
yeah.
This
So
ain't
you
gonna
can
work.
just invert that to answer your question. The moment I start thinking about this relationship outside of the relationship, and I'm thinking long term now, I'm thinking like, could I be with this person for 3, 4, 5 years? Could I see myself with this person for life? Like, how was she looking a wedding dress? Like, if I start thinking
Oh,
about
you
stuff,
think about stuff like that?
I'm married though.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie.
I've never thought that. And let me tell you.
I'm married though.
I'm sorry.
Baby, first time we kicked it at your crib, you know about it. She know about it. The first time we kicked it, like for real, like, cause I wanted to actually do something.
I'm sorry.
We was at the crib, you know what I'm saying? She sweatpants, hair tied,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And we just had a long, nice, decent conversation. We was talking about morals and, how we both believe in God and like how we care about, you know, the community and just
He said,
everything.
"You
And I was
think-
like,
you
oh yeah,
think
she the
about
one.
this
I went
shit?"
back straight to my homie. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna marry this girl, G.
Ooh,
I was
that's
like,
good.
I ain't gonna kiss her, bro. I don't want to mess it up.
Oh,
I don't
that's
want to mess it
good.
up.
Congratulations.
That didn't work out. I kissed her.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yo,
But I really just kept thinking about it, and like she made me keep thinking about her, even like when I didn't want to think about her. So I
That's
really
good.
like inverting that. Like that's really when you know, like, all right, this might be something, you know, to invest in after the high calms down,
Yeah.
and
But
you still having that
It
conversation.
also comes off as you're not a selfish person, and you weren't that like before you even met this woman. So you thought highly of her, because I think for a lot of guys, and I can say that I had to acknowledge that I was selfish after I had a kid, and I was like, damn, I'm doing shit that I would never do for him. But I'm like, maybe I was just selfish.
yeah,
And I don't think selfishness is necessarily like a horrible thing.
yeah,
Because I think that in any circumstances, even on a flight, if you don't put your mask on, everybody around you dies. If you the one who can help everybody. So put your mask on and then try to help people. You know what I mean? But I think, but now having a kid, I'm gonna put his mask on first.
yeah,
And I ain't worried about if I pass because he is, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So, but I think that's a great point that you made. You were able to look into her and think more of her than you thought of yourself, and think I should be good enough for this woman. You know, because I think for me, for a long time, I always thought of myself first and thought, is she good enough for me? And I can honestly say, as a guy who's like in a relationship, off a relationship with the same person for like 10 years, mainly on, but sometimes we had our offs, you know, for 10 years. I hadn't thought about what she looked like in a wedding dress, because she like, what the fuck, why? Like, but I gotta acknowledge that was probably me being selfish, because I'm thinking about like, well, but I will say within a relationship, red flags, or when do you actually invest in a relationship, which was going to be the question, right?
Yeah.
I think you invest when things feel so, like for me, with her, I think it was a gift and a curse. Things felt so comfortable that she felt like family before she was family. You know? And I think that's a gift. And it's like us not realizing how good we got it by sitting on this couch.
yeah,
Unless it was no couch in him, we was just standing up.
yeah.
Then we'd be like, damn, nigga, I wish it was a couch. But now it's just like, yeah, this is a couch. Nigga, flop on it. And I think a lot of times that's how us guys treat long-term girlfriends. Yeah, she might lose things.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you got to realize that unless you boost her up, like he decided to do with his woman as soon as he met her, then she'll never be on that pedestal that she deserves to be on to represent both of y'all well in public.
Right.
You know? And I think you start to invest in a relationship when you see that even if this person ain't as mature in terms of these are my goals, these are my aspirations, this is what I want to do in my life, and the person doesn't have like that straightforward, because I think we all want a person who can tell you like, I'm gonna be this, and I'm doing this, and then it's like, oh, I can take you seriously because I come up. That's selfish.
Yeah.
You come up? What about y'all coming up? You know what I mean? And I think you got to think about, when you start to think about y'all as a group, because the whole time when you said we wake up at 7 or 5:30,
5 o'clock.
we go to sleep at my bad.
They gotta be subconscious, because I woke up at 5:30 on mistake, man. I was like,
Asshole, bro.
I appreciate it though.
I
like it.
don't want to
I
speak
like
it into existence.
Yeah, no.
You know, I don't want to
Keep
get
doing
that
it.
subconscious.
Keep doing
out
it.
of you.
But I
You got-
think,
yeah.
like, even in your conversation, it was we. You thinking about the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get in, when it's so subconscious that you just think about the group,
So
I
like,
think now you in a real
so
relationship.
I say I think one of my biggest flaws in relationships, like I've like even like the mother of my child, like I'm like, if I go back and think about it, like yo, I met her when I was 15.
Woo.
You know what I mean?
Woo.
So like we ain't start dating until I was like 19. I'm 27. I got over 10 years of knowing this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, is really like this thing for me. Like when we talking about investment, like she made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like well, I can be like, I think that's one of the most important things. Like when you don't gotta pretend, when you don't gotta put this front on, when you can actually just be who you are every day.
Yeah.
And this person knows who you are,
Yeah.
and they fucking with you, like that shit, like
That's a real relationship.
that's a real relationship.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I took being comfortable, like I was too comfortable.
Yeah.
where it was like, she'd be all right.
Took it for granted.
Yeah,
I
you
took it for granted.
Yeah.
I took it for granted because, like, although I was comfortable with, like, yo, this is me, like, man, it's good. Like, I was like, I can
do whatever I want.
do whatever I want.
But
like,
I think this is the thing within a
and
relationship.
I couldn't do whatever I want.
But sometimes you
You're
can.
not all good.
She was like, and I'm not all good.
So look,
I was like,
this is what I think.
Fuck you, nigga.
This is what I think. Sometimes you can. But like, I think women respect a man who, I'm a man about everything. You feel me? Which means that I'm willing to take every consequence. If I get myself into some shit, I'm taking that consequence. Period.
Facts.
Men that I don't respect, and I ain't in like the streets and no shit like that. Like, but when you go and you don't take your consequence, when you like, well, he did so and so, nigga, what so?
Nah, I did that
You
shit.
feel me? Like, I don't like that shit. For me,
accountability.
I'm gonna take whatever consequence come with what I involve myself in. Now it's different if you involve me in something. If you involve me in something that I ain't signed up for, we got a problem, right?
We got a problem with that. Right.
But if I signed up for it, I'm taking every consequence, which means that if I'm out here doing whatever I want to do, then I'm gonna make sure my lady knows that, hey, are these things that you can accept, right? And I think a lot of times from conversations with women, they're willing to accept some things if men just ask. But a lot of times with us men, we be nervous, like, she gonna leave me if she find out. Well, she gonna leave you if she find out.
When she find out.
Right.
When she find
either
out.
way, she gonna find out.
Facts.
So like either sit down and try to hold that conversation where you can deliver it properly, or let her find out when it's on the front page. And when it's on the front page, your shit also gonna be on the front page. You know?
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes people always say like, people treat you how you treat yourself or how you treat them when you teach people how to treat you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you from day one. These are the rules for me to be able to work out something with you.
Yeah.
Right? And if these are the rules, if you can accept these rules, then we good.
Yeah.
If you can't accept these rules, then I'm comfortable with us not being good. Like, I think men need to realize there's 3 billion women. If you don't want to accept my rules, then shit, play by my rules. What the fuck?
Yeah, men,
Beat it.
men
Come on, man.
understand some of those 3 billion are under 18. So
Yeah, we don't want.
let's cut it in another half.
It's a bill though that's above. You know what I mean?
But I think
Baby boomers are out here.
that I think
absolutely.
what you alluded to is a perfect time to invest when you put everything on the table in front of this person and they said they're willing to accept that.
Yeah.
And they put everything on your table.
Yeah.
And you know now that's something I'm willing to accept.
Yep.
All of the ugly parts, the nasty parts, the risky parts.
Yep.
Once you have seen that, okay, this does not outweigh my potential reward down the line, that's when it's time to say, all right, maybe I need to start investing into this early, especially early.
And I say this too, though, and I'm speaking on a personal level, like my experience that I've had, like, yo, like, even when it's time, when you feel like it's time to invest, sometimes, like, if you don't know who the fuck you are, or if you're not sure of yourself, you investing into somebody, you invest in somebody's life. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't no, like we said, we all close to 30, folks. Like, all of us in this motherfucker know, like, this ain't no bullshit. Like, shit get real.
Yeah.
At a certain point, like you gotta know, like, some of the things, like, I was insecure. I had my own issues. I had my flaws, and like I was able to show some things, but I was scared to show like other sides of me. Well, like that could,
and you know what's
had
so
I just
crazy?
spoke.
Yeah, had you just spoke
Had
up.
I just spoke,
Yeah.
had I just spoke up, I would have been cool. You know what I mean? But like, because I didn't do that, because I want to hash shit, you know what I mean? I'm in the situation that I'm in. And like you said, as a man, like, yo, anytime I've ever been caught up, bro, like, I denied as long as I could. But after I'm like, after so long, it's like, damn, what you get?
What was the date? Right. What was the date?
My brother, you know,
Where's the pictures at?
What the pictures
Who
at?
was there?
Who the fuck? So it's
Thank
like,
you.
after so long, it's like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I gotta own up. I gotta be as a man. Like, and that's something that my father showed me. Like, yo, as a man, like, yo, you gotta own your shit. You know what I mean? And my father, he wasn't a perfect man, but at the same time, he taught me, like, yo,
Damn good, man.
You gotta own your shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta own it. And I think more men out there, we wouldn't be known as like dudes ain't shit type thing. Like, just tell a woman, like, look, we chilling, but I'm also chilling. You feel
Yeah.
me? Which means that you ain't always gonna be around when I'm chilling. So if you can deal with that, then we can move forward. I think if that's the life you gonna live, you gotta be honest about that shit, man. Like you around here lying to a woman. My brother told me something, and I never met my father, but my brother told me our father said that men only lie to people they scared of. Y'all scared of these? I want to call them what I want to call them, but they ain't that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But what
They ain't
you
bitches,
scared of?
but you know what I mean?
What you scared of? If she
Y'all
say
are
no,
not
no,
bitches,
it's
women.
no.
Y'all are not
Yeah,
bitches.
nah.
Y'all
And
not
I
bitches.
wasn't gonna say bitches. I was gonna say
Beautiful
hoes. Y'all scared of these hoes?
Y'all not guarding
hoes
tools
got a
either.
Hoes got a little more ring to it.
They got a little more
You
ring
feel
to it.
Y'all
But no.
smart, talented.
Hey, so
What he said.
Yeah,
but look,
absolutely
keep going,
beautiful and
keep going.
everything.
I think though,
This how me-
just be honest about it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this
If
is
she
how
say
me and
no,
this how
no,
we
it's
talk.
no.
This how we talk with each other.
Yeah.
Like y'all ain't bitches, y'all ain't hoes, but
Yeah.
like when we talk to each other, that's you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
it's just talking. It's group language.
It's group
Yeah.
language.
That's
like we
it.
all understand. Like ain't no, you know what I mean.
That's it. I can't say y'all scared of these Britneys. All the Ashleys ain't in it. You feel me? But you feel me? Hoes is all.
All right, so like, can you be with someone that make more money than you?
Personally, I could, because for me, your money don't take away from my belief in myself. I already think I won in the grand scheme of life. Like when people think about they dreams,
Right.
I already think that thing is just waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working towards that thing. So you currently making more money than me. If money isn't my pursuit in life, and let me tell you, I'm open to say that I want to be a rich and respected man. But if money ain't my current pursuit in life, if getting better at what I'm currently doing is my pursuit in life,
Right.
then your money means nothing to me because that ain't my goal. You know what I mean? I think that have I ever like dealt with a woman that made a little bit more money than me? Maybe. Like when I was a senior in college, my girl had already graduated. So she had already had a full-time job. But I was still paying for dinners and shit. You feel me? Because I still had my hustle. I never thought about her money. In my eyes, with a woman, your money is your money. For me, with a woman, all you have to do is show that you can take care of yourself. And if I go down, you can take care of me too. If I go down, like if I get hit by a bus and I'm paraplegic, can you take care of us? If you can at least do that,
On your Christopher Reeve shit.
you feel me? I just think about that. Hey, look, I think about that. I think about that because in my opinion, when I think about a real relationship, shit, if you get Christopher Reeve out here, I'm gonna take care of us.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that you can take care of us. And that's it. That's my only requirement.
Yeah.
That's my only requirement. So like if you make a lot of money or if you make a little bit of money, that don't matter to me. Like I'm not spending your money. So I don't care. I think men who can't take the money thing, it may be an insecurity. And it may be a rightful insecurity because of what society has taught us that men are supposed to bring to the table.
Right.
Right. But in my mind, can I date a woman who makes more money than me? Yeah, because money don't make me.
See the way I think about it, and it's hard for me to think about it on a dating perspective since I'm married now. You know, we've been married for a while, maybe 4 years.
But yeah,
Congratulations, man.
congratulations.
Thank you.
But even you,
No, but
your
what
4
I'm-
years though, that's
Yeah, but what I'm gonna say is like just in a relationship, I don't even see it as does she make more money than me? Am I making more money? I just see it as a source of income. So like whatever we're making, whatever we're bringing in is just a stream of income. So you have
But that
your
also
stream, I
goes
have my
back to
stream.
what you said.
Yeah.
You think about your relationship as we.
Exactly.
What's the team bringing?
What's the
Go
team?
ahead.
That's it. It's the we. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it as all right. You pay for this bill. I pay. No, this is our money. This is the pool that takes care of the household. And like even when we were dating, you know what I'm saying? Like just really courting each other, getting to know each other. Even still, it wasn't like all right. This is how much I'm making, and I'll pay that with my bills or your bills. Like even before we got married, or before we got engaged, I was paying the car note.
Yeah.
Because it was like, all right, we need to get around. I need to get you around. You got to be straight. Like I'm treating it like we're going to be a unit. So if you thinking about, okay, does she make more money than me? Does she got more clout than me? Does she has more followers than me? You already starting off wrong. Relationships aren't about competitions.
No, I
the
agree.
only time you competing is in practice, but that's not what you do in real life with your team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be, you don't want to ever get to a point where your spouse is your adversary, where you're measuring yourself against that person.
Yeah.
You need to see your success in them, and they should be able to see their success in you. And you should want her to be making more money. She should want you to be making more. Y'all should keep pushing each other. Like, okay, I'm gonna let's do this mock interview. Or you're an entrepreneur. All right, let me run through. Let's see what your target audience is. Okay, let me run that by me. Let me see what that thing. Like, you should be their biggest cheerleader. You should be whatever position. If they got a business they started, whatever employee they don't have, you should be that employee.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be motivating them at every step of the way. And it should be also in return, whether or not you a fast food person or you a starving artist, you a fulfilled artist, you're a successful entrepreneur, you doing real estate. It don't matter, whatever you both are doing, or if that person don't even want to work. Because that's another thing. Can you be with somebody that don't got no money? You got to be thinking like, all right, well, if she's not making money, what else is she providing to our unit?
Yeah.
Because it's not just about that income. You know what I'm saying? It's about being able to successfully have a strong, nurtured family so that you could be a useful part to society. You know, you could benefit to society, because that's what's more important. Like, forget how much she making. How is she contributing to society?
Yeah.
What is that job doing? Because you could have a woman, she could be making $175,000 and just be miserable. You know what I'm saying? And you like, yeah, okay, because some niggas like the finesse. They like, that's my sugar mama. You know what I'm saying? They like it.
Sugar mamas are real.
You feel me? And could be like, all right, she making her
They
money.
real.
He's like, where they at? They got an Instagram or something?
I don't know from experience, but sugar mamas are real.
Hey, when them they get up in age, they get lonely, they get them good jobs.
Oh, yeah, they get them good jobs.
Hey,
Not that I
baby.
know anything
They
about it.
throwing
I
that
don't
pussy
know.
at a nigga.
But you gotta really think, like, it can't just be about these one-dimensional aspects in a relationship, even if you trying, because a relationship ain't nothing but trying for marriage. You know what I'm saying? And if that's not what you trying to do, then whatever that person got going on in their life anyway shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect spending the rest of it with them anyway. You know what I'm saying?
And I think in terms of men, like, we can't have a double-sided sword. Like, come on, man. For me, I told you, my shit is like an axe. It's one side. I know what I'm doing, and whatever consequence come with what I'm doing, the consequence come with what I'm doing. We see so many men who are like, gold diggers, gold diggers, gold diggers. But then you want a woman who don't even aspire to make as much as you. Like, you can't have it two ways.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have it. It's one way or the other. If you can call her a gold digger and you want her to feel bad about calling her a gold digger, then you also got to give her the opportunity to not be a gold digger.
Fact.
Which means that if she want to go out here and get this real money, let her go out here and get this real money. I think when dudes say, I can't be with a woman who makes more money than me, okay, you'll stunt that woman's growth because she knows that. For me, I don't want to stunt your growth. If I feel intimidated that you make more money than me, then that means I need to get out here
and make more money. Just
like,
like
no, I think
Facts.
as if you are a man in my idea of being a man, that means that every obstacle that come up, I'm not going to be like, well, you can't do this because if you do this, that means that I'm this. No, if you make more money than me, and I think that society sees me as less of because you make more money, then that means I need to get up off my ass and make more money.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it's black and white to me. You know, if you if you do something that I think I'm supposed to be doing as a man, then it's up to me to do it as a fucking man.
Yeah.
Be a fucking man and do what you're supposed to be doing.
So,
don't
like,
stunt nobody.
So honestly, and I totally agree with both of y'all. Like, I really feel like, yo, to me, money is not the end all be all. But at the same time, you got to understand, like you said, like, if we talking about a team, you know what I mean? In terms of, like, yo, we together, we a team. Like, yo, look, now it's one thing when you just fucking around, you dating, or you fucking around. That's one thing. But, like, when you actually commit to something and be like, yo, we a team, like, yo, you got to understand, like, yo, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? As long as you pulling for me, it's like, if I'm giving you 100%, like, you got to at least be at 80 for me. You know what I mean? You ain't even got to make it all the way, because I know as a man, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
I'm like, even with my daughter, like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure my daughter good.
Yeah.
Just show some
Like,
effort.
I'm cool. I just need, and most men is like that. Like, you ain't gotta be all the way 100, but if you giving me 60 or 70,
Yeah.
if you above 50, cool. Like, we can make this shit work. But look, it's the Get in Tune segment. This is the part of the podcast that I love because we can shamelessly plug artists, entrepreneurs, movements, or whatever. And yeah, I love this segment. So I'm gonna start off with you, Justin. What you got, bro?
Dang. All right. So look, I was put on the spot. Y'all know I be over
Yeah,
there.
he's usually
So-
behind the camera.
Behind,
He's
yeah.
on this motherfucker this time. So
But you know what? I'll do 2 plugs since I got thrown into the fire. I want to just plug my wife. I want y'all to get in tune with my
Hey.
There we go. There
Carrie
we go.
J.
See, that's
Carrie-
teamwork right
Yes,
there.
sir.
That's
Teamwork makes
team,
the
baby.
dream works,
That's
nigga.
team, baby.
wife. Yes.
Go
I
ahead.
need y'all to get in tune with my wife, Carrie J. She's a dope hair artist. You know what I'm saying?
Stylist.
Stylist. No, she be
She's
shaking
an
it up,
artist,
bro.
but-
She artistic. She do hair.
Got you.
All right, in a very artistic and beautiful way. She talks about it. She really helps women learn to love their hair. Like that's
Understand
what
the natural.
that's what she specializes in. She does have a lot of natural clients, but you know what I'm saying. If you be permanent derman, you know you can still come through and
Permanent
still get a silk press. You feel me?
Pimping, not simping.
You feel me?
Oh, shit.
But nah, she's super dope. At Carrie J on Instagram, at Carrie J Hair on Twitter. It's gonna be like
Yeah,
right
it's gonna
here.
be on
probably right here.
on
I'm
the
probably
screen.
pointing wrong,
on
but
the
it's gonna be
screen,
that.
like, over.
And also, I'm gonna just
Somewhere around.
shameless plug myself. Your boy got a music video dropping this
Hey.
Wednesday.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations,
Bullseye.
dog.
Thank you. It's gonna be fire. You know, video directed
seen
by
you
my
out in
boy S.
Maywood, bro.
Wolford. Yes, sir.
Folks had a shirt off and everything.
Hey,
I said,
you know
damn,
they
bro.
got a short on. We be getting up at 5 in the morning.
I said, bro, yo,
You
this
gotta do
Tyrese
something,
shit.
you will.
Yeah, you know, I got a short. You feel me? But yeah,
You
y'all,
ain't doing this for nothing.
you know, y'all check that out, man. I appreciate y'all support. Appreciate you, bro, for even letting me, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
get on the
yeah,
platform,
absolutely,
of course.
absolutely, man. You know you homie. What you
Always.
got though, cuz?
First, I'm going to shout out somebody else. This is my brother. This is his brand. It's called Get Rooted In. You see, he got all the legends, the Malcolm, the Martins,
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey's, Muhammad Ali, Rosa Parks, and so on and so on. His brand is called Get Rooted In. The social media handle is Get Rooted In, and his personal handle is also on there, which I sent to you.
Yeah.
You can check it on the screen right now. That's the first shout out. Get Rooted In, Chicago brand. He does clothing. He does prints. He does a lot of stuff that we see, and you don't know he's behind the scenes taking care of the business. And then I'll promote myself.
Got to, man.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I promote myself. I'm in real estate, Quovadis Gates. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, I'm in real estate, redevelopment, development. I typically try to focus on like the south side of the city because I have love for the south side of the city. I grew up in Inglewood, and I want to see the city look as good as I thought it looked when I was a kid, or even
Thanks.
better, you know. But yeah, I'm in real estate. I'm the real estate guy. QUOVADISGATES is my social media handle. And phone number, you can go on my social media, and then I give you my phone number, but I ain't putting it out there right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
On your Mike Jones shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 330. No.
8004.
Yeah. But
9004.
yeah, I'm a real estate guy. You know, multifamilies is what I mainly focus in. But if you're trying to buy a single family, then I could definitely put you on.
Absolutely. And yeah, my Get Into mention is I gotta go with my sister.
There we go.
Yeah, blood sister. I
There
love
we
her.
go.
She
Keep
don't
it in
even
the
know I'm doing
family.
this, but like, yo, she's an amazing worship leader. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's our thing.
Hey, now she get busy with it. Kamar Garner. She actually got some music out, so
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
you know what I mean. If y'all want to get y'all worship on Sunday morning, cleaning up the crib type
Wow.
shit, you know what I mean, or whatever it is, like
Yeah.
definitely, you know,
Show
shout
us some
out.
love.
So, show us some love for real, for real.
Amen.
So and it's been a great podcast, and
Yeah.
we fucking out.
Yeah. Shout out
Peace.
to all the real women, because the bitches and the hoes always get shout out in the
Absolutely,
in the rap
absolutely.
videos. Shout out to the real women
Shout
out
out to
there, the
y'all.
ones that's trying to be a wife, the ones that's carrying themselves right.
Absolutely,
Amen.
The smart ones,
Hey,
you
the
know?
ones that's taking care of their kids.
Thank
you know
you.
what I mean? And
The best qualities of a woman are how they carry themselves. not how big them titties look and how fat that ass is. It's great to look at,
Hey, man.
but I don't need you to be teaching my kid. This how to plump them titties up, and for me, you know,
Right.
it's a lot of other. Remember, it's a billion guys out there for you. Some underage.
We out. That was good.